Start smashing those likes, guys. Here we go. Come on. Tap those likes. The more you tap it, the more Bitcoin pumps. Guys, I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and we're back for a live stream today on November 3rd, guys. If you aren't excited for November, let me tell you, you don't have enough game planning in your strategy, in your portfolio right now, because I'm super excited for November. It doesn't matter if we go up or down. We've got a game plan for it all in the Crypto Citadel, guys, and we're going to be covering a lot more of this here real soon. So overall, the markets right now are drastically back in the red, but we have Dash up 28% today, 136% this month. We've got a few other ones here on the week. Let's see over here on the week in the green. We got ICP in the house up 20%, baby. ICP making moves. We got Zcash up 19% this week, 144% in the month. We'll talk about that in just a bit as well. We got BitTensor Tau as well, up 17.6% in the week. Everything else is in the red. Let's jump into Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on. And in the meantime, make sure you are smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, because I'm Blockchain Crusader, and we're about to crusade through these blockchains, guys. And if you guys understand and like the technical analysis you're seeing on this channel, I urge you guys all right now to be jumping into the Crypto Citadel, my private trading community, which has a Black Friday deal right now of 75% off your first month with the code Black Friday 25. But we'll circle back to that in just a second. Let's jump right into Bitcoin, guys. So Bitcoin here right now is overall taking it took a big move, guys. For lack of better words, right? Bitcoin had a major pullback right now, and the Asia trading session started late last night, and we dump a Ruski straight down, all the way down to this green zone between the previous week low and the previous month value area low. We took a nice long here on Bitcoin for the Crypto Citadel, and we are now riding a nice little long to the upside with some big targets here, aiming for this 111 as our second big TP. First TP here is at 109, and then our third TP is around the 113 to 112.8. So guys, why did Bitcoin dump? Why? Everybody wants to know why, right? Well, what happened is real simple. Bitcoin has been in a major downtrend all week, guys. Has been in a major downtrend all of last week, as you guys can see here. Very nice, juicy downtrend. We came all the way up to the upper band of the trend. This was also a local gold pocket up here as well. We tapped it, got rejected, lost support, and well, guess what? Below the previous day low, we had literally no more support until the value area low of the previous week range and the previous month range, which designated this green zone as the area to be looking for longs, when a lot of people were probably jumping into shorts thinking that they were just going to ride this down to 97. Now, am I saying 97K is off the table? Absolutely not. 97K is coming, guys. Whether you like it or not, 97K for Bitcoin is coming, and it's coming in hot, right? The question is, can we get an entry for that 97K short? We'll talk about that in just a little bit here as well. So right now, I am looking for a long. I am in a long right now for Bitcoin, riding from the current levels from below the previous week low towards these local targets here of this week, towards around the 111 to the upside. Now let's start jumping on over and look at what's happening overall in the market. As you guys can see here, right above my head, Bitcoin is over here. Bitcoin's dominance is above 60%. So it is increasing here, really hurting the altcoins overall, except for the exceptional altcoins that have been rallying, like BitTensor Tau, Dash, and a few others that we'll cover here in just a second. But let's go take a look at Ethereum, the number 2 in the game, right? What is happening with Ethereum? Ethereum has also lost major support, right? It has fallen below, it fell below the previous day low of 38.36, came down to the previous, did not mean to move that, came down to the previous week low, lost that of 36.75. We pumped back up to 36.75, retested it, and got rejected once again. If this area is not reclaimed and we don't start getting above 36.75 relatively soon here this week, we could be dropping. Ethereum could be dropping down to 33.11, right? 33.11 is a big target to the downside. Now, if Bitcoin has the run to the upside, like I think it will this week, I do believe ETH will slowly drag back up. Bitcoin will start pushing these altcoins to the upside, and the targets to the upside for Ethereum here this week are around $3,900. We got some big targets. Once we can start getting above the weekly open of 39.05, we have a target at 39.45 to 39.72 before running for the previous month EQ of 40.33. We got above that, and we might be making a run for all-time highs, guys. We might be making a run for all-time highs, or at least getting our hopes up, right? That's what everybody is hoping for in the month of November, is for crypto altcoins to make all-time highs. And the only way altcoins are going to make all-time highs is if Ethereum leads the way. But for Ethereum to lead the way, Bitcoin's price needs to stabilize. It needs to hold this support here around 106. If it does not hold 106, altcoins are cooked for the month of November, guys. Altcoins are cooked. Now, if it can hold 106 and start pushing back up higher, right, while Bitcoin dominance, or just not higher, but just ranging sideways here, and Bitcoin dominance can actually start to slip below 59%, then Ethereum and altcoins have a chance. Now, other altcoins like XRP, they're getting cooked, my friends. XRP is getting cooked. So let's go take a look at the XRP chart here. XRP, it's in the game. Let's jump out here to the daily. Not looking too bueno, my friends. Not looking too bueno at all for good old XRP. Let's just get a quick monthly range here for the month of October. And all right, here we go. Yeah, we're within the month of October's range right now, sitting close to the value area low around 228. We start losing that area. Next big targets are going to be 217 to 214, and below that is around 199 for XRP. XRP has been in this macro downtrend for the last couple of months, since August, July, right? We made this high in July around 366. We have been strategically making lower highs this whole entire time, even though Bitcoin made new all-time highs multiple times since then in August and in October. XRP has not been able to do this at all and has continuously been dropping lower and lower. So if XRP continues this downtrend, next big targets are 217 to 214 before retesting that $2 mark and potentially heading a little bit lower. Right now, if XRP can start breaking above, we need to see some high movement above 269 to 288. We need to flip that area, start moving up, and then really sign of strength would be $3.09. We get above $3.09, XRP is going to have a major move. Now, that's only going to be start even coming into the picture if we start showing some strength and climbing towards that 288 and higher for XRP. Now let's go start look at some of these altcoins that are just blasting off, absolutely blasting off with nothing in sight of stopping them. So Zcash is one of these, right? Literally just a few months ago in September, this thing was below 70 bucks. Below 70 bucks. Look how low this was just 2 months ago or a month and a half ago. The month of October, it blasted off going as high as 289. And what is this? Yeah, no, sorry, excuse me. It actually went up as high as $412 on October 31st. On the day of Halloween, this thing just rallied massively to 400 bucks. So it's very well overextended above its previous month range. We are currently definitely looking for some potential pullbacks. Now, this is acting irrational and parabolic. I'm not saying to go blindly short on Zcash here. But if we start to get some sweeps of these highs around 449, start closing a little bit of a struggle to get above the previous month high of 412, start losing the monthly open of 403, we could be looking for a cool off at least to 296. 296 is an untapped monthly average and the previous week low, something that I'd be very interested in looking at and will be a higher indication of going there once we start losing 373. So that is a target that I'm looking for. Now, below 296, if 296 does not hold and we actually fall back into the previous month range, we have a monthly untapped NPOC down at 147. I'm not going to be personally looking for 147 anytime soon on Zcash after such a parabolic run like this. But let me tell you, it's in the cards, guys. We will have a pullback at some point. This thing will not rally forever. And if Bitcoin really does lose its grip on 100K and starts dropping below 100K, yeah, Zcash is coming back down hard. Don't get it twisted. So let's go take a look at Dash. Dash is another one that has just gone full parabolic here. Look at this, guys. Look at this parabolic move. Just also in September was below $25 in September, currently sitting at $113. Dash and Zcash are both privacy coins and are legacy coins. These are coins that have been around for multiple cycles now. Nobody even talks about them anymore, but for whatever reason, privacy is becoming a big thing. So not Data Dash, just Dash and Zcash have been having major rallies here. Dash has broken out above all resistance here around $78, which was the 2024 and 2023 highs, broke above that, came back for a little small retest around $79 yesterday, and now has continued to push up towards 113. We have one more target here of 118, and above that, we really don't have any more targets. It's just parabolic price action to the upside here for Dash. So Dash is another one that I will be looking for a potential drop, for a potential short at some point to start be cooling off and coming back down. We got some big targets down around $48 to $45. Not saying that we're going to drop all the way down there anytime soon, tomorrow or anything like that, but I would not be buying this right now. If you weren't buying it at $25 in September, I would not be buying it at 114. Can it go higher? Absolutely, right? We have another target up here of 163. Definitely can go higher. But if you're jumping in now, you better be knowing that you're taking a massive risk going long at this massive top here, right? At this massive high level price action. This is not where you don't want to be longing when the price is high. You want to long when the price is low, right? You don't want to be longing when the price is high. What was your Zcash target? Let's go back to Zcash here real quick. Let the chart load. So to the downside, my Zcash target is 296. 296 is a target that I'm looking for to the downside for Zcash. Now let's go take a look at gold, guys. That's right, gold. Gold has been having some nice little pullbacks here since last week, dropping below $4,300, and has been steadily just, chopping around here between $3,800 to about $4,000 here. Once again, getting into a very tight consolidation. If gold begins to lose its support around $39.85, I would be looking for another push to the downside around $39.49. We lose $39.49, and we are going to be once again looking for these targets down here between $38.72 to $38.63 for gold. Now, if gold can start pushing up higher and get above its weekly open of 40.58, targets to the upside remain between 41.12 to 41.81 for gold to the upside if we can flip the resistance and start getting above 40.20, 40.24 to be exact. Let's see here. Let's take another look at. Let's go take a look at SUI. Let me actually zoom out here for SUI. We've hit a lot of targets. Let's get rid of all this stuff here. Got to clean this chart up a bit. Actually, this is not even my SUI chart. What am I doing? What am I doing? Here we go. Let me turn this off. Good old SUI. Let's get the month of October. We're below the month of October right now, as you guys can see. Come on, man. Where is the chart? Come on. This is annoying. There we go. So we have a monthly MPOC up at 249 for SUI. SUI is currently losing this quarterly and monthly point of control of 220, which is not great. All the targets to the downside have been tapped at this point with that major liquidation back in October. But Nonetheless, if we continue dropping here, right, targets to the downside are still this 145 and potentially lower. I am expecting that if we're going to have an altcoin rally, if Bitcoin is going to hold its support and it's not just going to melt, right, that we will have a potential to rally back towards this 249. We do have some big targets to the upside between 318 to about 446, with our final target to the upside being 481 for SUI. If SUI can start to reclaim its October range, we could potentially see a move here in November for SUI. But it's all going to be dependent on Bitcoin, guys. Everything's going to be dependent on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin at the end of the day makes the game, right? Where Bitcoin goes, the altcoins follow. If Bitcoin is going to continue melting and losing support, you can bet your bottom dollar that the altcoins are going to follow suit and they're going to melt. And in the macro side of things for Bitcoin, things are not looking great on the macro side, right? The top of 126 seems to be like a very solid top that we might not be getting above anytime soon at all. The crypto citadel is preparing for the worst case scenarios here that we could have potentially topped already. We are looking for, like I said, we're in a currently in a long right now in the crypto citadel. As you guys can see, we took this swing trade right up here that was posted here earlier today. We took the long, right? We're looking for certain targets. We're at break even right now. We moved our stop loss into break even to manage the risk. So far for the month of October, we did pretty great, except especially with the month of the 10th, right? With the 10th being a major liquidation event. So the month of October, we closed out with a P&L of 37.43, as you guys can see here, 37.43 to the upside, even though we lost $4,000. That's right, guys. I took a $4,000 loss on October 10th. I had some big altcoin swing trades open. Obviously, I was expecting Bitcoin to go higher and altcoins to rally, and everything was fine until this major liquidation event. Big learning lesson. Walked away negative $3,900 in that week. But guess what, guys? With game planning, strategizing, proper risk management, we were able to slowly make it back little by little, taking trade by trade, being very selective, very minimal losses. And guess what? The following week, we came back with a $2,600 win for the week. The week after that, $1,400, and then we closed out the last week of October. We took only 2 trades, and we walked away with over $800 in gains on the last week of October to close it out at 37.43 in total, making it all back and some more after that major loss. Imagine we didn't have that liquidation on October 10th. We would have had one of the most profitable months in the crypto citadel in a long time. So overall, that was the P&L for the crypto citadel here in the last month of October. If you guys have not joined already, definitely do so. We are doing a 75% off first month with the code Black Friday 25. Black Friday 25 gets you 75% off your first month to try it out. If you don't like it, you can cancel at any time. Are we still expecting bull run? Let's go over here. Let's jump into the chat and start answering some questions here. Are we still expecting bull run, or should I, or altcoins or not? This is the worst bull run ever. This has not been the worst bull run ever. It's been one of the greatest bull runs ever. Bitcoin is doing phenomenal. It just hasn't been great for altcoins. Altcoins did great in 2024, and then 2025 has not been its best friend, right? We are entering different moments in the cycle. Things are becoming more institutionalized with a hyper focus on Bitcoin, and altcoins, like always, there are a major amount of startup companies. The grand majority of them will not even be around in the next couple of years, right? Very few altcoins are still around from 2018 or 2021 that are even still relevant. The grand majority of them have lost complete luster, right? HBAR is one. XRP is one. Algorand is another one. AVAX, right? Even though all of these altcoins right now are doing great things, their price and their adoption rate are not really reflecting that in price action, right? And you're seeing a bunch of other new altcoins come in that are not even around anymore either. There was a bunch of altcoins in 2024 that nobody's even talking about anymore because they just haven't been doing anything, right? So altcoins come and go. Altcoins are not long-term holds. I've been telling this to everyone in the Crypto Citadel. I've been telling this to everyone in my live streams. Altcoins are not long-term holds. Altcoins are short-term, get in, get out. Nothing about, oh, I'm going to hold this altcoin for 5 years. Buying this altcoin is like buying Bitcoin at $1, or buy this altcoin is like buying XRP at 20 cents. Not all those narratives are fugazi. None of that matters. What matters is making profit. These altcoins are extremely high risk. Even the large market cap ones, right? Even the large market cap cryptos, altcoins are high risk because they fluctuate drastically. The minute Bitcoin sneezes, these altcoins come down with the flu, right? They get destroyed. They get wrecked. We saw Bitcoin drop 30% in Q1 of 2025, and altcoins were down 80 to 90%. And we're going to repeatedly see that over and over and over again. And yes, there's a lot of gains to be made in altcoins, but only during major rallies. And you have to position yourself in the massive pullbacks, right? In the major pullbacks. And be very selective on what you get in. If you get into an altcoin and you 3, 5, 10x, sell it. Take profits. Create a moon bag. Take profits, leave a moon bag, and let the bag ride. Don't just hold it forever without taking any profits or pulling out your initial investments. Why? Because then you get moments like this where all the hype dies, all the narratives go down, and guess what? It doesn't matter how much AVAX tokenizes securities and tokenizes real estate, AVAX ain't gonna pump. No matter how great Ondo is doing right now, fundamentally, the price will not move because Bitcoin will not allow altcoins to run without its permission. It's that simple. And that is the risk of taking when you're holding these altcoins long term, especially the altcoins outside of Ethereum, right? Ethereum is an altcoin, but is an exception to this rule because it's been around for so long. You know it's not going to go away. But even then, Ethereum has not performed the way most people have expected, including myself, right? Do I still believe Ethereum can hit a new all-time high of 52 to 5,600? Yes. Is it going to take a long time? Yes. Am I willing to hold on to it? Yes. Why? Because I got in 2018, guys. I got into Ethereum when Ethereum was below $200, right? That's when I got into ETH. That's why I'm willing to hold on. But you guys that are getting into Ethereum now at $4,000 or at $3,500, it's going to be a rough ride waiting for 52 to 5,600, and it'll be barely doubling up your position, right? Barely doubling up your profits. So it's not as a great of a trade for you guys. It's a lot more high risk than it is for me. Let's jump back here into the chat. What's going on, guys? Thoughts on Virtual Protocol? Virtual Protocol, right? AI is definitely one that comes and goes and has some big moves. Virtual Protocol had a nice little move this last month, 32%. Let's go take a look at Virtual Protocols. See where we're at with virtuals. Let's jump out here to the daily. After the major liquidation event and dropping down to 27 cents, it has reclaimed its previous quarter range. It's currently sitting at $1.46. Just recently came off the previous week high of 189. If we expect to see higher price action, we need to get above 196, the previous quarter high. Right now, we're holding the monthly open of 135. If we begin to lose the monthly open of 135, expect a potential drop to the downside of at least $1 to 97 cents to the downside. Last line in defense after losing 135 would be 120. If we sweep this low of 120, we could have a push back towards the upside, at least to 155 to 167. But if this low does not hold and is not swept and is lost, $1 to 97 cents is the next target to the downside for virtuals. Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. Come on, trading view, everything's lagging right now. Aster, I wouldn't be too excited about Aster. I know CZ just announced that he made like a $2 million buy on Aster. It pumped. Guess what, guys? It's back down 21% again today. Yeah, right. So that's not Aster is not something I'm interested in getting in. This thing's been doing nothing but dumping. The only reason why it even pumped is because of the the CZ tweet about him buying spot or whatever. But I personally am not interested in Aster at all. I am more interested in 𝗏_TENSOR though. As you guys can see over here, 𝗏_TENSOR has been one of the few altcoins that has performed extremely well after this major liquidation on October 10th, right? Came all the way down to 140, quickly reclaimed the support of its previous quarter low of 289, got back into its quarterly range, into its uptrend, and has been rocketing all the way up to 539 over the weekend here on Friday, actually. Well, no, not on Friday, on Saturday, November 1st, all the way up to 539, almost filling this gold pocket here at 545. Since then, we've pulled back. We are retesting this resistance zone above 480. If we can hold this resistance zone, stay above 447, and get back above 480, then our next big target is 617. 617 for 𝗏_TENSOR before having a big move to even bigger move to the upside. That is what I'm looking for 𝗏_TENSOR here. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. For everybody that's asking about the Crypto Citadel, the link is in the profile or in the description of the video, depending where you're watching. Go to my profile on any of my social medias and you can see the link there. You'll be able to take you to the monthly subscription. You guys can get in and get involved. Use the code BlackFriday25 and you can get 75% off your first month. I can show you here right now. Right, for everybody that's interested, promo code BlackFriday25, 75% off your first month. You're going to be getting a trading course, exclusive trading indicator, live trading sessions like we were doing this morning, Monday through Thursday, trade signals for day trades and swing trades, analysis on any altcoins of your choice for the macro, long term, and the daily trade setups as well. So guys, you get all of that for just one small subscription price per month of less than $5 a day. I think it's about $5 a day right now. $5 a day, and we literally just walked away with over 3,700 in profit this past month. 3,700 in profit this past month in the Crypto Citadel. But you're only paying $5 a day to be in there. So do the math, guys. The math makes math. Let's see here. Let's jump back here into the chat. Let's see how everybody's doing. I know some people are a little excited. Other people are very worried. Let's go take a look at Cardano. People are asking about Cardano. Always a good one to take a look at. Not doing too well right now, my friends. Not doing too well at all. Cardano's hanging on by a thread here. So Cardano right now is below its previous month range of October. We are currently losing the previous month EQ in the previous week low of 55 to 58 cents. We're currently sitting right on the previous quarter low of 53 cents. If 53 cents is not held, right? If 53 cents is not held, we will be dropping. I'm not going to say 27 cents because that was a liquidation event. But it's definitely not going to be nice if we start dropping below 53 cents, let me tell you. Definitely not going to be bueno. So ADA needs to start climbing back up, getting above 61 cents, and start making a move here, ideally above 72 cents, to have any type of strength at all to start climbing back over $1 for Cardano. When do I think altcoins will recover? That's going to all depend on Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin really is coming to a moment in time where it's going to have a big move. It's either going to drop drastically down to that 97 and flush out the altcoins even harder, unfortunately, or we're going to continue holding that $100,000 threshold for a little bit longer, but not much longer. So more likely than not, we have more downside first before we have any major altcoin recovery. Can we have a small rally for altcoins in November if Bitcoin pushes above 114? Absolutely. If Bitcoin can push above 114 and hold a sustained amount up there, while the dominance starts to slide below 59%, then yes, we can see a small altcoin rally. Are altcoins going to hit all-time highs? No. Are they going to have, maybe 30% pushes to the upside, 40% pushes on some of them? Yeah, that's definitely possible, right? A nice little one last rally if Bitcoin can get above 114. But if Bitcoin continues to get rejected and cannot get back above 114, unfortunately, Bitcoin is going to head lower. It is going to eventually come down and retest that $97,000 price point, and that is going to crush the altcoins. Our best case scenario is that Bitcoin chops sideways here for the next 2 months, for November and December, and we close out December, Q4, pretty much just kind of like barely in the red, barely in the green, just a very neutral fourth quarter overall, which I don't expect. I don't think it's very likely, but that is our best case scenario. We're not going to be making any all-time highs here in this quarter. I don't believe that. Now, if we get that sideways price action, right, then there's a very good chance that in Q1, we can get a big move. We can get a very big move, just like we did in Q1 of 2025. Now, is that going to be to the upside or to the downside? Only time will tell, and we have to wait for more data to come in, get that quarterly closure, at least get, more than halfway through December. And then with the charts, there's a very good chance that I will have a better idea if we're going to go to the upside or downside at that point in time. But a definitely best case scenario is we chop sideways here. We don't lose 100K, and we chop sideways all the way through December. And then in Q1, that's when the next big move is going to come. And that's going to be massive for altcoins, or for altcoins and Bitcoin to the upside. If we get a move to the upside, it's going to be very big. I'm talking about like 50% move or so. So we'll see. We shall see. I just got a funny text. Oh, Bitcoin is dropping like it's hot. Oops. Bitcoin is dropping like it's hot right now. Where are we at? Oh, no. I thought it was more drastic than that. Never mind. We're still at 106.6. Institutional money is mapping the way now. And they're taking out retail and their hope. Oh yeah, man. Things have changed. Institutional money here is here, and they're going to have big fluctuations. A lot of people are heavily focused on altcoins. Institutions are heavily focused on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a very select few altcoins. And they haven't really started accumulating those altcoins just yet. Just in the past 6 months, we started to hear about Ethereum treasuries. And, I think there's one company out there with an AVAX treasury. And, we've heard Trump talk about having a Kronos treasury and stuff like that. But the grand majority of institutions are not even remotely there yet for the altcoins. They're there for Bitcoin and Ethereum mainly. So the altcoins are going to be struggling. The altcoins are going to, feel the pain when Bitcoin pulls back, even though Bitcoin doesn't have any major pullbacks. We're used to 40 to 50% drops for Bitcoin throughout the rally on the way up. Bitcoin's come all the way up to 126, and people are still like, oh, this is the worst bull run ever. Agreed for altcoins. Don't agree for Bitcoin. It's been a great rally for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been rallying since November of 2022. Bitcoin bottomed out in November of 2022. All of 2023, it was pumping. All of 24 was pumping. 2025, yes, it had some pullbacks, but it's made multiple all-time highs in 2025. So for the last 3 years, Bitcoin has been rallying hard. Just happens to be that most people are getting in at the wrong time. Most people do not have a game plan, are not analyzing data. They're just analyzing content creators. They jump onto their live streams and they ask, when altcoin season, when to the moon, what coin is going to 100x this, what coin is going to 1000x that, and none of that ever comes to fruition, and they always end up buying tops. And then when there's a major rally, all the content creators come out talking about time to buy, a massive rally coming, this and that, and guess what? That's usually probably when the top is, and you're buying the top, and then we have another pullback, and then you're like, man, these altcoin seasons suck. They don't ever get back to my initial price point. It's because you're buying all the highs. You're buying all the highs instead of the lows. I'm offering a short free educational session. Oh my God. On meme coins. Yeah. Look, here's your free short educational session on meme coins. You're going to get wrecked. The money you put into meme coins will go to zero. Altcoins are barely in the profit. barely any of them are green. As you guys can clearly see here in the past month, past week, everything is drastically in the red. Imagine what your altcoin, what your meme coins are doing right now, right? 2024, great time for meme coins. Lots of massive price explosions to the upside. Since then, meme coins have been bare bones. You are going to just burning money. Just get your money, withdraw it from a bank, get a lighter, and just burn it. You'll have better chances of making money doing that than buying into a meme coin. Meme coin, now is not the time for meme coins. Meme coins will get you 100% wrecked. Community meme coins don't exist. The meme coin bubble, the meme coin frenzy of these platforms allowing you to just create meme coins with 2 clicks of a button has destroyed the meme coin communities, right? Before, meme coins like Doge, Pepe, Shiba, Floki, things like that, they actually had community. Meme coins were not as common. They would come around, some would stick, and some would completely just go away. And the ones that would stick around would actually build a community. But now, all people do are, we're in the trenches hunting for meme coins, trying to get in at point blank launch and trying to double or triple and then get out of the money. There is no such thing as a meme coin community anymore. All of that is gone. Even Pengu's a little different, right? Because even though Pengu is a meme coin, Pengu is tied to an overall company, right? Pudgy Penguins was not only a very successful NFT project, they are a successful company. They have a toy line, they have events, they have an actual movement and company propelling the project forward, right? Even though the coin doesn't do anything, its partnerships with the company and NFT projects will, fluctuate the price, which is different. So you can almost argue that Pengu is not a meme coin. Pengu is an evolution of meme coins, right? It's the next step. It's meme coins with utility. It's something different than what the normal meme coins. Normal meme coins don't have anything. They have no company behind them. They don't have nothing, right? They're community takeovers. The grand majority of them is just community members all hanging out and, just messing around. Pudgy Penguins is an actual company with an actual mission trying to get things done. So Pengu, I would argue, is different than the normal meme coins. Let's see here. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting those subscribes. Are we in a bear market? We're in a bearish trend right now. I can tell you that we're in a bearish trend, right? People need to step away from the mindset of bear market and bull market. We are in a bearish trend right now. We are in major downtrend overall in, the last week. We're just completely to the downside. On the monthly, I'm pretty sure we're sideways or to the downside. We made a high of 126, and since then we have been losing that area. We cannot stay above 114 for any extended period of time. 114 is extreme amount of resistance, and we're continuing to head lower here, right? So if we do not hold this green zone that you guys are seeing here on my screen between 104, let's call it just 105 to 106. If we do not hold that, we're coming down for that 102. And 102 is our last line of defense before 97, right? Before $97,000 comes in. So definitely something to be looking out for and being very aware that, yes, things could be dropping lower. The question is, can we get into a trade in the right direction that would take us to the homeland? Appreciate everybody jumping in here. Appreciate everybody asking about the Crypto Citadel. Like I said, guys, it's 75% off your first month right now with the code Black Friday 25. It is limited. It is for the entire month, right? I'm going to be running it for the whole month until the spots are taken up. So it is limited amount of spots for the month of November. So it's one or the other. Either the month ends or all the spots get taken up first. So make sure you guys are securing your spots right now in the Crypto Citadel with the code Black Friday 25 to get 75% off your first month. And like I said, live trading sessions, trade signals for day trades and swing trades, trading course, daily analysis, macro, and indicators, all the stuff that you would need to start learning. And even if you're already a trader, just get, better confluence on where things are headed. So Black Friday 25 is your 75% off code to get into the Crypto Citadel right now. Bull market is over. You can definitely argue that. You can definitely argue that 125 was the top, right? And it probably will be the top for a while. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Possible 60 to 80% drop if Bitcoin dropped. I wouldn't be looking for a 60 to 80% drop on Bitcoin anytime soon. I see Bitcoin at 95. Yeah, Bitcoin at 95 is definitely on the table. It would be nice to see Solana back at $50. That would be nice. Not for the people that bought at over 100, but it would be nice. But still above the 50 EMA, so still hope for the bull market. I don't follow the EMAs too drastically, so don't really know what to tell you on that one. But we do need to hold this, 105 area. We start losing 105, and 102 is definitely coming online real quick. And below 102, we got nothing, all the way down to 97. What's the major cause of the recent dump? Guys, there is no major cause. Everybody that's quickly, just by that question, not to like point you out or anything like that, but that question just goes to tell me that you don't analyze data. You analyze fundamental news, right? News articles. Nobody cares what the news is. What happened is simple. Last night, Bitcoin closed its week. It has been in a downtrend all of last week. It came up. It actually rallied first, right? From 109.8 all the way to 110.7, hit a gold pocket, a local gold pocket that was right here. It also hit the upper band of the downtrend, got rejected, could not break above the weekly open, and boom, dropped below its previous day range. Once we dropped below the previous day range, we lost support at the monthly open and previous day low. And once you lose that support, you come down looking for the next big support. And the next big support was and is currently between 106.2 to 104.8. That is the next big support zone. And that is where we got the bounce from. We're now just hovering sideways here. Hopefully we can continue to hold it and start climbing up higher later today and tomorrow. So yeah, that's what's happening, guys. It's not about the news. Don't hyper focus on the news. You keep hyper focusing on the news and you're always going to end up getting right. Forget about the why. The why is because support was lost, right? Support was lost. Basic, simple data. You lose support, you look for the next big area to the downside for support. The next big area was between 106.2 to 104.8. Everybody wants to rationalize it with, some big headline. The news, when you see it on the news, it's already too late. It's already too late. I could have told you we were coming down to this green zone last night if you were in the Crypto Citadel. Once we lost the previous day low, we had nothing below us all the way up until there. It's that simple. I was actually looking for, after we lost it, a retest of the previous day low to go short to this down point, to this point down here. But we never got the retest, so I never got the entry for the short. It was just a straight drop to the downside. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Like always, guys, I'm Blockchain Crusader, Crusader these blockchains. And if you're not already in the Crypto Citadel, analyzing data, analyzing charts, you are going to be left behind every single time. You're going to be left holding the bag every single time. You are never going to take profits waiting for altcoin season to come, because when altcoin season comes, you don't have a game plan. You have no idea when to sell. You have no idea when your altcoin is running into resistance. And guess what? You think when it's green, you always think it's going to go higher and higher and higher. Oh, there's no reason for it to go down now. It's just everything is so bullish. We got all this great news where everything is pumping. We're going to go a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And if you don't actually analyze data and actually see these things on the chart, you're always going to be left holding the bag. You're going to be buying high and selling low. So if you don't want to do that, join the Crypto Citadel and start analyzing data, start learning, start trading, and watch how everything will change. Your entire mindset will change on how you view altcoins, how you view investing, how you actually manage risk, which most of you guys probably don't even know what risk management is. Yet you believe you're an investor. You believe that you're a smart investor, and you're not. You're not investing, you're gambling. You're just purely speculating with zero risk management. What do? That's the casino, guys. You go to the casino and you roll the dice. That's all you guys are doing. And then you're surprised that you guys are not making any money. It's really that simple, guys. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope to see all of you guys in the Crypto Citadel soon. You can get 75% off this month with the promo code Black Friday 25. So I hope to see all of you guys in there. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains, and I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.